Guys, what is up? Jeff here for One Fish, Two Fish. Today we're going to give you guys a kind of walkthrough update. Finally, some sort of good news, progress on our reefer that we have in the front of the store. Now, this is going to be a display tank. The owner is an idiot and kind of is like a kid in a candy store. When he sees coral lists, sometimes he goes overboard and does stuff he's not supposed to. So at one point, this tank was designed, it had rock, it had fish, it had corals, split everywhere. It was just a show tank, that's all it was. Basically just display, just to show people. Been selling a lot of reefers lately. So it was just basically to show you what a reefer looks like, the full setup to it and all that stuff. It also is fully set with all Neptune stuff, right down to the lights, the power heads, the pumps. It has got the core pumps, the wave power heads, the sky lights, basically everything, the Neptune dosers, an Apex, a Trident. It's got the whole shebang. So I'm going to give you guys a quick walkthrough to it. And I'm actually, for the first time since we set it up, I'm going to show you the SPS in it, because finally I don't hate it. I don't love it. If you are a very big SPS person, please do not yell at me in the comments. We are not fully happy with this tank yet. We did some stupid stuff with it. We put the SPS in way too soon. Knew we did. Had a plan around it. The plan didn't work super well, as plans go. But after dumping in a ton of food, a ton of fish, not a ton of fish, but we've probably tripled the fish that have been in here, we are starting to get a little coloration out of our SPS, which is great. A lot of them are starting to get polyps popping out, which I know sounds stupid because that's what they're supposed to do. But let me give you guys a quick look here on... I'm also going to use the filter on this. I don't know if I need the filter on this, but just for kicks, I'm going to stick it on just to show you. So guys, this is the tank right here. It is a Red Sea Reefer... blah, blah, blah. 525 maybe? Black model, obviously. It has your Neptune sky lights. Easily my favorite lights currently. The ease of use is just so good. The coloration we're getting off everything is doing really well. The skies that are in here, or the wave pumps that are in here. And then underneath, of course, you've got your full, just like everybody, tidied right in. Apex dosers, Trident, and all that fun stuff. We did go with a Red Sea Reefer skimmer. We've got some Marine Pure kicking in there. So, let me show you guys a couple of pieces. So this, now, also, full disclaimer, I sort of suck with SPS. I've never kept it. In 10 years of doing this at the store, we've tried SPS only a couple times. It has always failed miserably. Because I am actually not at the store very often. And we just never really had staff that were into it, that knew how, I don't want to say finicky they are, because finicky is not the right word, but the demands that they do have. They do want pristine water. They do want, high flow, light, blah, blah, blah. And again, I'm saying generic for all of them. They do vary, of course, but for the most part in the store, the handful of times we have tried SPS, we have failed miserably. So hopefully this time, and then you're asking yourself, if you fail every time, why did you do it stupid this time? Yeah, good call, good point. So this is, and it's nice just to be able to go like this and actually see some color, because for a very long time, we weren't. So I'll give you an idea of what all of this looked like not that long ago. So this is what the entire tank looked like, every piece. And now we're actually getting some actual color. That guy doesn't look super. we got Mr. Starfish, who's of course got to be right in the camera. You know, you can see a lot of the polyps on some of these guys, which is very nice to see. You know, you can see some color starting on these guys. You can see the polyps are trying to come out. I believe these are the strawberry shortcake. We've got a couple of them. Again, they're only just starting, but you can see this one actually looks the best. It's actually got the green base with the pink. That's been a long time. That's the first piece we put in. Why did we put a strawberry shortcake in colony as the first piece? I don't know, we're idiots. My beautiful leopard wrasse, who seems to be picking up my SPS. And then there is a couple of nice little pieces there. Some green Lucani, a Walt Disney. Just some frag pieces were growing out. You can see the polyps on those guys are already out and about nice. This was completely that white color. You know, a week ago it's starting to get some dark to it. Again, a week ago this looked exactly like that guy. So we're starting to get some polyp to them, which is great. We're starting to get some color to them, which is great. Give you guys a quick look at the fish that we've got in this tank. Obviously not super easy to get. So that is a male and a female blue-sided fairy wrasse. Then we've got obviously the leopard wrasse sitting up here. Obviously one of the easiest, prettiest fish in the hobby. They don't ship really well, and they do need an established tank. They do want, you know, a sand bed. They do want some places to hide. But if you put them in the right tank, they do very well. That guy's been, I mean, you can see him just picking through everything. And then there's actually a lot more fish in here than you can tell. It doesn't look like there is many. We've got a Scopus tang over here. We've got a pair of clowns over here. This is getting another pair of clowns today. There is a golden head sleeper goby underneath there. There's a tile fish behind that rock there. You can also tell we are moving stuff around in this. So like I said, this was once a display tank. Because it didn't go the way we had hoped, we have just moved out most of the rock. This will go back to a display tank. I don't want to say very soon, but relatively soon. So the plan is to, obviously, like I said, you can see that it's all messed up there. We just did that last night. So we're going to move that centered a little bit. The wave maker is kind of missing a lot of the corals that it would like there. So we are going to move some stuff around with this. I love those guys. If they didn't dig out holes and make a mess, that would be a must-have fish for every fish tank on the planet. Just constantly cleaning the sand. We also have a couple of sand sifting starfish. Again, I think a very underrated fish. We don't ever touch the sand, and it does look a little brown underneath there, but for the most part the sand is still a very nice clean white color, and we don't ever touch it. We don't do anything with it. There's a look here. But yeah, I wanted to give you guys a quick look at this. I had shown you one other where I was very embarrassed isn't the right word, but we did do it kind of stupid. I did it kind of stupid. So a lot of this stuff, like I said, for the longest time was that really ugly brown color. So we are just kind of getting to the point now where we don't mind showing it. We did cut up some frags a little while ago. Again, the exact same as everything else. You know, every day they're adding a little bit more color to them, which is great. We're pumping the food to the tank, trying to get the downfall of most of our tanks in the store, and it does sound odd that it is a downfall, but the levels of our tanks are always, we never have any nitrates, phosphates. Our entire coral tank, when you test it, nitrates are 0, phosphates are 0. We don't get anything. So whenever we set this up, to set it up very quickly, I've got my filter on my head, to set it up very quickly, we used all of our tank water. So we knew what all the levels were going to be. We knew it would be And I know there's a great debate on levels to keep for an SPS tank, and I'll be honest, I'm not even joining the debate because I don't know. I mean, I do know, but I don't know what works best. I know lots of guys will say, you know, 0 nitrates, 0 phosphates are perfect. If you're feeding the tank, it will go fine. I know some guys say they want, you know, they want some levels in them. Anyway, this tank has very little for actual nitrates and phosphates in it. We just ridiculously overfeed it. The skimmer does run, but we feed the fish 3 times a day, a decent amount of food. And actually, since we've started that, the colors have started to pop in the tank, which is great because, like I said, for the longest time they sucked. So anyway, this is the piece, guys. I'm gonna see if I can do this without the filter. Actually, SPS is not so bad. You kind of don't need the filter. That's with filter on. Let me just see here. Filter on, or yeah, I'm lying. It's 150 times better with the filter. So this is kind of the piece that we've been following the most, mostly because it did not look good when it got here. It didn't take well to the tank, and now it's actually starting to get some, so it is a very good sign. We will keep you guys updated on the tank when we actually get to the point where everything is doing well, where we're getting a lot of polyp extension to everything, where we're getting a lot of nice colors. We will dive face first into SPS and start bringing in some very nice pieces for it. So anyway, there you go, guys. You know, any tips, tricks, if you guys are SPS keepers and you're having a lot of success with it, you know, certainly in the comments, shoot us a message, let us know how it's working. And any silly tricks you can give us, we'll take them. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one.